Yesterday I was in the shower and I was thinking about a past conversation that I had with someone and how it kind of made me cringe. And then I thought, ooh, if my younger brother hears me say the word cringe, it's probably going to make him cringe. And that's when it dawned on me that I'm now considered old. Y'all, let's just get right into it, okay? When you're young, usually on your birthday, people will ask you, well, how do you feel? Do you feel whatever age it is that you just turned? And for the longest time, my answer would always be, I feel the same. Nothing's changed. However, that all changed right before I turned 30. At the start of me turning 30 last year, I started to feel my body break down. It's like whenever I would sit for a long period of time, or if I was standing for a long time, then my body would start to grow stiff and it felt like I needed to stretch. You know, Megan Thee Stallion made my knees look like Betty White's knees. And not only that, but I had my first injury. I had challenged my little brother to a foot race. He's 17 years old. And in my mind, I just knew I'm about to smoke him. Like, you know, your girl, who once she was in the 5th grade, was breaking records. So I still had that mindset of like, I can still do this. And so I took my shoes off and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna run barefoot. I'm gonna beat them barefoot. Y'all, not only did my younger brother leave me in the dust, but I actually broke my foot in the process. And for the first time, I was starting to feel like my age. Ever since I've turned 30, it seems as if life is going by faster as well as growing more uncertain by the day. It's sort of like I have this invisible pressure on me that tells me that I'm not where I should be, or I'm behind, or I made the wrong turn somewhere, and it's hard to break free of it. I tried my best to remind myself that that is a lie and not to compare my journey to anyone else's, but when you're looking around and you feel as if you still don't know who you are and you're 30, it kind of feels like I'm behind. I remember when I was 18, I would always hear how your 20s were your decade to explore and take risks and try new things, but nobody ever really talked about 30. So in my mind, I always thought, okay, by age 25, I'm going to be married. About 28, I'm going to start my family. And then by 30, I should have life completely figured out. I should be exactly where I want to be, moving in my purpose and just doing really big things. So when I hit 30 and none of that was my reality other than me being a single mom of 3, it felt like, okay, I'm clearly doing something wrong here, because nobody ever talked about how you can still be 30 and still be trying to figure it out. It seems as if like everybody around you has it all figured out, or even if you're not even around people, it seems as if like when you were younger and you saw your parents and your aunts and your uncles and how they were moving about life in their 30s, you looked at them as if they had it all together. Nobody ever stopped to say, no, we're still figuring it out as we go. We're still learning as we go. It was just, it always seemed as if everybody had it together. So it makes me feel as if, you know, I'm in a place where I'm the only one who feels this way. I'm the only one who still doesn't really know why they're here. I'm the only one who's still trying to figure it out. I'm the only one who is still just in this state of unknown, and I feel stuck. It feels discouraging, it feels sad, it feels lonely. I just wish that more people shared about what life can truly be like when you're in your 30s. How it can feel as if, you know, you're questioning if you fumbled a past relationship, or if you made a wrong turn or a wrong career move, or how you're struggling to pay your bills, you're struggling to put food on the table, how you're still struggling to, you know, do the basic things of life that you feel as if everybody should already know how to do. I know 30 is still considered young, but sometimes it really doesn't feel like it, especially when you're looking at like the Mark Zuckerbergs and the young influencers of today, where you see children who are millionaires now. And I know that is where a huge part of the problem is coming from, is because I'm looking outwardly instead of looking inwardly. I'm looking at, okay, well, such and such is doing this and they're only this age, and such is doing this and like we're the same age. Like, it's comparison. And as much as we try our best not to compare, when you live in a social media world, it's hard to separate yourself from someone else by looking at what they're doing. Okay, well, they put out this amount of videos and their channel did this. Like, you know, as I believe it's human nature. But I made this video, and I'm making this video because I want to share that we're out here. There are 30-year-olds out here who are still trying to figure it out. And if you are someone who is the same age as me, younger, older, and you're still trying to figure it out, that is okay. Like, it is okay. It's normal. We're not the outlier. We're actually the norm. It's just people don't talk about it. A lot of people walk around with facades and act as if they have it all figured out and they have it all together. We're just taking it one day at a time. We're still trying to figure out what our next move should be. So I wanted to compile a list of influential people, successful people who struck gold, who found their purpose, who changed routes while they were in their 30s and still made it to where they were supposed to be. So let's get into it. Jack Ma, first time he used a computer was in his 30s. Oprah Winfrey, at age 32, her first talk show aired nationwide, starting what would eventually become a media empire. Jeff Bezos founded Amazon as an online bookstore at age 31. Vivienne Westwood, at age 30, she quit teaching to fully pursue fashion design. Toni Morrison, she worked as an editor for many years and only got her first book published in 1970 at the age of 39. Bob Ross taught himself how to paint after serving 20 years in the U.S. Air Force. At age 41 is when he found success. You all, I thank you so very much for taking the time out to watch this video, and I hope that it encourages you to let you know that you're not too late, you're not behind, you didn't take the wrong step, you are right where you are meant to be. Keep going, and if you need to, pivot, because it all will work out in the end. If it doesn't work out, it isn't the end. I hope you all have the most amazing day, but let's continue to prosper properly as his property. Prospering property.